This week's episode is sponsored by the new supernatural horror, The Demon. Tom returns to the lakeside home where his father died, hoping to confront his past, but instead, something beneath the water begins to answer. As his behavior grows distant and disturbing, his wife and loved ones are pulled into a nightmare that feels older than memory itself. Blending the psychological dread with the creeping, inescapable horror, The Demon explores grief, possession, and the horrors we inherit. Some forces don't just haunt you, they consume you. Watch the trailer and learn more now.
Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and just like all of our other episodes, it might contain major spoilers. You've officially been warned. If you'd like to hear the episode in full, just head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today to get hundreds of hours of exclusive Patreon content, all for just $15 or less. That's patreon.com/horrorqueers. Without further ado, here is your Patreon clip.
I think these two lead performances, it's really working because it is being treated pretty seriously, but these two performers are so committed.
Yeah, I agree. And look, we will talk about Indy Navarrete because I think that she's going to break out after this movie. Like, there's no way. But I do want to point out, Michael Johnston, who is not getting as much praise because his role is less showy, but I think he really does a really good job in this movie with admittedly a less flashy role.
And I think that's the big thing, is that Navarrete feels like the big discovery of the film, and she admittedly gets all of these showy things to do. Absolutely. But it's kind of a two-hander film. If Johnston doesn't do his bit, then it doesn't work because she has to have somebody to play off of.
Well, and I do like that the movie plays as a bait and switch. You know, Bear is not a typical horror movie villain, even though I would call him at a certain point, I would for sure call him the villain of this. Actually, I guess
there's one scene where even the editing by writer-director editor Curry Barker clues us into this very clearly in one instance.
Yeah, and I guess also maybe content warning for sexual assault, because that's definitely what is happening in that quote-unquote sex scene.
I mean, the whole film is basically just a kind of allegory for rape.
Yeah. So, okay, well, actually, I'm curious, Joe. So, I mean, when you saw this last year, did you like it?
I did, yeah. So I caught this at a TIFF last year, so I got to see an early screening of it. People really seemed to go for it, and that was exciting. But yeah, I was a little bit worried that women were going to find this deeply upsetting.
Like a male fantasy type thing.
That's the thing, right? And honestly, we have to watch a woman be almost humiliated on screen a number of times. Like, I was actually very concerned about the peeing scene. I thought that people were going to say that the film took it too far. So I've been interested to kind of follow the film's trajectory. And it does seem like most people are reading the film, quote unquote, the right way.
Right.
But I was surprised because, I saw it almost in isolation. Like, most people I knew hadn't seen it, so I couldn't have the conversation with them. And I was very curious to see if this was going to go down as just too much of a male fantasy kind of film.
And I have seen some like Letterboxd reviews that basically say that exact same thing. And, we're in that because
it is the point, though, right? Like, that's where the horror comes from, is man who seems unassuming. He seems like a totally nice guy. He's good looking, even makes a terrible wish. And you realize, the thing I like the most about this movie is that I think if you asked Bear in the first act of this film, why do you even like Nikki? He would say something like, she's hot, or she's fun, or something like that. He doesn't know Nikki at all.
Well, and I think so, I've seen the complaints that are like, Nikki doesn't have any interiority. We don't really know anything about Nikki.
That's the point.
And, that's the thing, is I think the entire movie we are looking through Bear's eyes. That's why in so many scenes where Nikki is, in her crazy mode, she's covered in darkness. Like, we can barely see her face, and it is really creepy. But that is, to me, an obvious metaphor where it's like, this is how Bear doesn't see her as a person. She's just this object. He is objectifying her. And I do think that, yeah, for audience members, that can be uncomfortable. We are forced to look at this character through Bear's eyes, and that is not the right way you want to look at women. So I actually think even if people are, especially if men are watching this being like, ooh, no, that was really uncomfortable for me, good.